Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video it's going to be my Air Tycoon 4 series. Now, this episode is kind of the one where everything kind of went downhill because I hit an economic crisis, which I believe I said would happen a few episodes ago. So yeah, I had to deal with that. It happened about halfway through the time lapse. It did start, I can't remember exactly where it started exactly, but the first part of the time lapse, as you can see, what I'm doing now is I was setting up routes from Cancun, as I started at the end of the last episode, because I saw Cancun, it had about 250 tour. That definitely did drop down after the economic crisis, but still, I did get some routes put in there. Also, I realised that I didn't quite finish off Hamilton, so I believe that I got it finished off as well, but also, something which I did forget to do is actually show you all of the routes that I set up this episode. Now, I'm not exactly going to do it in the time lapse because I don't have enough time, but I'm going to record another episode just after this. I'm currently editing the rest of the video now, but yeah, once I've done this, I'll record that, and I will go through all of the routes that I've done from part 9, I think, because, from part 10 and part 11, because I didn't do it this episode or last episode for some reason. I just didn't go through the routes at all. This episode is kind of understandable because I was going through all the economic crisis and just saying, oh, I need to do this and do this, but I don't know why I didn't do it last episode. So yeah, I will get around to doing that. So enjoy the rest of this video anyway. I can't remember if I did any other hubs or tried to start up any other hubs. Oh yeah, I went from Guadalajara, tried to do that as well, but as I said, the economic crisis hit, and when I hit the economic crisis, I started replacing the planes, but I kind of go into much more depth of that in the actual video, so you can enjoy me losing loads of money in the economic crisis.
So many faces, so many dirty things you couldn't even believe I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this.
So after a crippling economic crisis, well not quite crippling, but yeah still, we have now set up all of those routes. As you could tell, I wasn't setting up routes all of the time when the economic crisis hit, which was in, when did it hit? It hit in February 2014 when I was in August. Yeah, basically since then I set up a few routes, but I've been basically, as you saw, just been replacing some of my oldest planes, because I figure if I can reduce the costs of running the airline a bit more, then that will help with my finances. So I'm not going to be setting up any more routes, considering that places which were that had massive popularity are now like really down. So Houston, that was like nearly 400, is now only 250. Cancun is now only 202, I believe. What's Hamilton now? I haven't even checked it. 173, and that was like at 218 or 220. So yeah, they are all dropping away. So I'm literally just going to leave them as they are and try and replace the oldest planes. Simply because, and I don't think was Los Angeles to Denver one, which I just recently replaced. That's gone to full occupancy. Probably because it's the summer. Make some big money off the summer. In July I made 414 million, so we're doing all right in the summer. But then in April I made like only 65 million. So it's like in the economic crisis you still have loads of people in the summer, but that's literally it. Like throughout, then probably a bit of Christmas as well, and then that's it. And like any other time of the year, it's just awful. As you can see, the satisfaction is at 52%. Now that was one of our oldest routes, and do I have if I just go on one of these, Los Angeles to Las Vegas, for example, 67 months. I don't quite know how old that is, but look at the satisfaction, 16%. Basically, what happens when I replace that is that jumps right up to 52%, and I'm pretty sure the reason is because the satisfaction of the plane is only 9%, due to the fact that the aircraft is massively old. And I kind of figured this out when I was looking at the reports page, because I was just looking at how the finances were doing. We're still saving 23 million from maintenance, and that's definitely staying. And then there's a few other things as well. At the bottom there, bottom left, aircraft depreciation, 117 million. Yeah. That is one of the major reasons why this airline is massively failing. Like the fuel expense, I remember during the fuel crisis, it was 235 million, and for some reason it's just massively dropped off. I think it's like the lowest it's ever been that I've played this. Look at it, it's just constantly dropping. So that I think that the game does that, so like you're not absolutely crippled by high fuel price and high and low traveller numbers, because look at the traveller numbers there, they're just completely gone. Do you remember when I said, oh, look at the passenger numbers, they're all going up now? Yeah, now they're all completely dropping off, and they are lower than they were like in 2009 apparently. So because of the economic crisis, look what our passenger numbers did, but they are, like, as I said, that will be the summer, and then at Christmas it might go up a little bit, but probably not that much. You can tell which is the summer and which is like the Christmas time, because the one that steadily climbs up like that, the wider one is the summer, and the one that basically spikes up suddenly and then goes down is the Christmas one. So yeah, like we are going to suffer a bit whilst this goes on, but hopefully we should be able to make it back in the summer. What I've done is I've decided to, like, as well as get that, I'm only going to be getting, like in the summer I'll get 2 or 3 737s, but throughout the rest of the time I'm just going to get 1 per month, and I'm just going to keep on replacing them until this crisis is over, because I want to try and keep the costs down, as I said, but I don't want to eat into my financial buffer, which I'm going to be building up. As you can see, I've got 684 million. Normally I just spend all that, but I need like a financial buffer if push comes to shove and I end up not actually being able to buy any planes and go into negative profitability. So I'm just going to get as many as I can whilst still keeping that financial buffer. So as I said, I got 3 this month. If you just have a look at the order book, I've got 5 there. But these are all the planes here. All of those ones that are 67 months, those were the ones that we set up in the first years in the game, so in 2000, and then all of these ones, as you can see, they're a lot further apart. That's just how I expanded the airline, and then the further in the future we go, the more closer together these will be, because I managed to get like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes per turn or whatever. So well, definitely not now. Well, like, in fact I could now, but I'm not going to, because yeah, as I said, don't want to eat into that financial buffer. But once I'm basically going to try and get all the way up to the ones that got 100 months left on them, and I don't know quite how much that is. I've got to do like 12 times table, and I don't know it. What's 12 times like, what's 96? Is that like 6 or 8 times 8? That's like, it's got 8 years left. So basically, like 100 months, or 120 months is 10 years left. So I could basically go up to 120, but 100 is like just under that, so like 8 years, which I think is good enough. But all of the other planes, I mean, look at them, they're all really, really low. I could renovate them, but that will be one massive cost. And I guess I should have done that before, and I was thinking about doing it, and then the economic crisis hit. But basically, I mean, look at them all. The ones all under 167 months were so like under like 12, 13 years old or whatever, in fact probably more like 13 or 14 years old, they are all under 49%, and you can actually do that, because for some reason you can't like renovate planes like at once, like all in one go, when they're over 50%, and I don't know why, but that's just how the game works. So, as you probably saw on the time lapse, I've already replaced a bunch of those planes, and I have got some more on order. We also passed 300 routes, which is quite nice. I decided that I was originally just going to set our routes to Guadalajara, because although it's going down, that will eventually go back to 200 again, so I thought I'll just do one of those every turn. Then I thought, wait, let's actually replace the planes. So, what are we going to get this month? I'd imagine probably roughly the same, or a little bit higher. 443 million, up from 414. Yeah, that will basically be the top that we get. As you can see, we did surpass 303 million passengers. We are only at 2.8 million now, so look, we're over 1 billion as well. But again, financial buffer, we definitely need that in the case that we don't actually become profitable, because I don't know what it's going to be. If it continues to next April, and a bunch of planes have gone out of production, and the A350-900 is now on the market, which will be useful. And there's also a hurricane in 2 places which I need to go, which just causes even more money loss. Oh, apparently some more people are travelling. That's actually good. How? It's an economic crisis. Okay, well, if it's levelling out, then I'm happy if it just levels out. If it's low, but it's levelled out, then that's okay, because then I know sort of what to do and how to position myself. But if it keeps on going down and keeps on going down and keeps on going down, then it just gets worse and worse and worse. So that's probably not going to level out. It's probably going to do that and then drop even further. I hope it doesn't, but it's probably what's going to happen, to be honest. I mean, it's gone from nearly 4,000 to 2,000 there. So what's it at now? 2,739. Yeah, whatever. So I don't even know. So as you can see, it's gone up there. So it's actually basically the passenger numbers are in the same place as we were sort of the end of 2012 time. So it's not absolutely horrible, but as I said, we are not in the best place right now. So aircraft depreciation 170 million. Yeah, if I can get that under 100,000, then I'll be happy. That's what I'm going to try and aim for. So we've got 101.127966 billion. So let's actually replace all these. 8%, yeah, these are really, really dropping off. I mean, look at it, 16%. No wonder why these routes are, like, as well as there being an economic crisis, the value of the plane also has an impact on the people that travel on it. So let's actually sell this. I know I'm not going to get much money for it, but yeah, just to get rid of it, because it's very, very old. I didn't mean to go off of that. So we've got Los Angeles to Toronto as well. So yeah, hopefully I can, like maybe next episode, I don't know whether it's going to be finished this episode, this economic crisis. I might just go a few months into the future, just so I can like just show you a few things that have gone on. I already replaced that. Why did I just go back on it? I don't know. Yeah, I might just go into the future a bit more instead of just going into September and then carrying on the next episode in the time lapse, which is what I normally do. But yeah, I think this time I'll just go ahead just to see if it ends, because they usually I think the longest one I had was about 2 years, but they usually last about a year or a year and a half. So lowering my luck, it will go to April, and then it will suddenly end just after April and I've gone to negative profitability, because that's how it works. So let's actually yeah, the game really does hate me sometimes. So let's just order 2. As I said, I don't want to order much more than that, because I don't want to eat into my financial buffer too much. So I mean, already 2 is nearly 200 million. So let's just order that. It goes just under 1 billion. We did order 3 in the was it in August we ordered it? Yeah. So we were able to get all of that. And now the profitability and all the passengers go. That's 500,000 passengers in one go were lost. Nice. A320neo. Now that I'm thinking is going to be the plane that replaces the 737. I was originally going to go for the 737 MAX, but I'm thinking if I'm going to be getting an Airbus plane like the A350 or A330neo, I might as well go for the A320neo. because I never properly use it, because they never have any of the like the other variants. They added it in Air Tycoon 5, but not in this game. So I might just get that, because I'm only using like this. I'm not using the 737, 700, 600, or 800 or whatever, or 900 even. I'm using the 800, but like with the A320, I might as well just use the A320 like just as it is. So yeah, it's probably going to be the plane that we get, but that will just be delivered when it's delivered. Like, for some reason, I always get an economic crisis just when I want to expand. Just when I want to, like, I swear there's always one at this time. Because I remember on my Air UK group one, I had this. In fact, yeah, it was like basically the same time. It was in 2015 or something, so I don't even know anymore. In fact, we needed that page. Right, Los Angeles to Mexico City, and if I've just seen that right, I believe we can actually replace all of the oldest planes in our fleet now with the ones that we've got here. So if I press sell plane here, I know that I could just leave this one, and then when I get the youngest one, just say, oh, like click that checkbox there and press sell all planes with less lifespan than it, but I don't really care. It's just go on it like this, and then actually replace it through here. I do have to give credit to Mr. Chicken, because he actually showed me a way to, like on the routes, because before I used to, when I came on here, just to see the plane, I'd see the route at the top and close that down and then try and find it when you can actually just tap on that and just go straight to the route. I don't know why I didn't figure that out before, but he let me know to that, so just sell that as well. I went back for some reason by accident. Yeah, as I said, these aren't going to really sell for that much, but I'm just wanting to get them out of the fleet. And oh yeah, this is an interesting thing that I have to do. I'm not getting rid of this plane, considering it's only 15 years old. So I'm just going to get rid of the oldest one. So those are only like 5 years apart now instead of 10, was it that they were before? Yeah, they're about 10. So now they're only 5. Always would help. I mean, that one's higher just because it's got a slightly newer plane on it. But yeah, getting rid of all of the older planes is the best thing to do. So there we go. We've got them rid of now. I was going to say we got rid of all the single-digit ones, like in terms of satisfaction, but they are still there. Should we order 3 again? In fact, go on. I'm tempted to order 3, and then just order 1 the next turn. So then I, instead of ordering 2 across like all of that, I'll just order 3, because I don't know, I feel like it. What I think I'll do is I'll just go into 2015 and then I'll end the episode here, because unlike what I can do before, I can't exactly just do all of these routes. In fact, what I'll do is I will go all the way up until the economic crisis ends. How about that? Do you agree with that? Please agree with that? Please? Okay, 134 million. And we are also about to go under 2 million passengers. That was in October. That's not even the lowest part of this part of the year. November is the lowest part, which will be going through the next term. So what's April going to be like? If this doesn't end by then, I am going to be financially crippled. So yeah, I think from now on, just order 1. Because I really don't have the financial capability to go through that otherwise. So right, Los Angeles to Houston. Let's get rid of you and put you on there. Oh, they're actually more like 5.5 years old, but still they are much older than I want them to be. I want them to be much newer. So they are actually getting, like, the planes are selling for slightly more now on here, because they were like 15 million when I first started, and now like 17 million, but yeah, it's just because I'm getting into the much newer planes now, I'm replacing them faster than they are aging. Oh yeah, that one, they sold for nearly 19 million, so yeah, I mean, if you look at it, this was early in the game. I could only get, I was like 1 plane per 2 months. So, in fact, yeah, look at that, exactly that. All the way until here, apparently. So, right, let's just order 1, as I said, because we do not have the financial capability if it's not going to end before April. No, more like it will end next term. Because I'm saying, right, I need to financially completely barely spend anything and just do all of this sort of things, and it's just going to end straight away. 84 million, yeah, we're definitely going to go down. Not as low as April, luckily, but it's November's normally much higher than April, so considering that that's only 20 million above, isn't the best thing. A320neo is apparently out 2 months after it was released. Okay, the A350. Since when do they sell a freighter variant of the A350? I know they don't in real life, but I never thought they did in this game. I don't know. Also, the CS300's coming out, but this was, that's much too late. It should be coming out in like 2016, not 2014. Yeah, they did this way too early. Let's actually replace all of these then. As I said, I can get the money off Christmas, but then after then it's, I might order 2 then, but then after then it's straight back to 1 plane per turn. Put you in like so. Then we need to sell the plane. If I can actually tap back, there we go. Sell you for 18.3 million, I believe that was. and let's go to these ones as well. It'll basically be useless having to replace all these planes all the time because, in fact, the A320neo is now coming out. So, hang on, how am I going to do this? What I think I'll do is I will wait until the economic crisis hits, and then after that, in fact, why did I do that one? Economic crisis hits, economic crisis ends, and then afterwards, I will start buying A320neos to replace these 737s, because I believe it will just be less if I just have the fleet of just one plane. But what I'm going to be doing with replacing planes, because I didn't actually say about this before, and it was one thing which I really need to, in fact, I still have one more. Oh yeah, because I have three, don't I? Of course I do. What I used to do before was I used to get a plane. The second the new one came out, I would replace them, even if they were only like 5 years old, which is, in fact, that was one of the main reasons why I think JetUS failed, is because I didn't invest in setting up more routes throughout the 1990s and 2000s. I basically just decided to buy, with all of my money, replacements for the MD-11. I really think that the MD-11 I could have got, but I think it would have been best if I got sort of like the A340 or 777 instead to replace all my DC-10s, and instead of doing that, I got the MD-11, had it for like 5 years, and then bought millions of 777s to replace it, which was a completely idiotic idea, and I have no idea why I did it. Right, let's actually sell that for 90 million. As I said, these planes are getting younger now as we go through it. So we are now up to the 81-month ones, which, what is that? That's like 5 years old or something like that? 5, 6, 7 years old, I have no idea. Whoa, we got loads of Christmas. That's actually more than I get that I got this summer, I think, but only a little bit more, but probably because we're replacing our planes now, so we're getting just a slightly bit more profit, but that's not really making a difference in the long run, really, when I get massive profits, and then the rest of it, is very, very low profits. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do, that's 99%, yeah, I'm just going to do this turn, and then the next, I'm going to replace the planes on this turn, go through the turn, replace the planes on that one, go through the turn, and then end the video there, because otherwise it's going to go on for quite long. We are going through this economic crisis because I thought it would end by now, but apparently it's not. Of course, it's going to do what I said it will, which is going to end in April. In fact, because that was Christmas, I did say that I could order 2 then. Yes, I did. I'm making an allowance for myself. Only order 2 737s, because otherwise you'll lose money and don't diffuse large coatings, you idiots. Pretty sure I only just ordered 1 then by accident. Oh no, I didn't. I did order 2. Why do I think I only did 1? I have no idea. What are all these places now? Are they horrible? 184, no, that's not absolutely, deadly. 331, what's Hamilton now? 171, yeah. I thought they would, when the economic crisis first started, everywhere lost, 10% of their original popularity, and it seems like they've only been gradually decreasing since then. In fact, let's have a look at the amount of passenger numbers. It's going down again, because it was up a little bit. You see, it has levelled out now. That's what I thought it would do. So it is actually manageable now. So I think the reason why it did that before is because it just went boom, and closed out by accident. Yeah, it just went straight down, just went boom, boom, in the first 3 or 4 months, and I was just getting absolutely crippled. So I mean, look at this now. It's even worse than it normally is. But yeah, as I said, once we're out of this, then we should get much better things. I mean, look at the fuel price. It's just constantly going down. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, what's our fuel expense now? Because it's constantly going down all the time. That's only 137 million. Let's just go through this turn, then we'll do our final stuff of work, like working on the airline, and then we'll just go through one more turn, and then, just see what profits we get, and we'll end out the episode there. See if the economic crisis ends. It didn't in that turn. I'm not going to look at the A320neo now and all the specs of it compared to the 737-800. I will look later on. I mean, the 737-800 is still in production all the way up until the 737 MAX comes out. But in this game, the MAX hasn't come out until 2020, which is completely ridiculous. So they have the C series coming out 2 years early, and the 737 MAX coming out 3 years late. As I said, let's just order 1 plane. I know I do have quite a big financial buffer now, but you never know how it's going to go, and especially considering that I'm pretty sure in the next couple of months I'm going to go into negative profitability, that's not really a good sign. Right, we're going through the sort of year anniversary of the economic crisis starting. We're still going down now. You can tell if it's over because they'll just go up, they'll suddenly jump up massively, so I will know when it's actually over. And now I've got the A350-800. See, look, all the planes, they always come out when I'm in an economic crisis. I swear the game has to do this to me all the blooming time. Anyway, that'll end out this video here because we have been going on for quite a long time and I can't really do much other than this. So, what I'll do is, in the next episode, I think that I'll just go to the economic crisis ends, and then once it's finished, I will start doing some more things with the airline again, so setting up much more routes. I will have to just check over all of my routes afterwards, just to see how they're doing, and just, because it's going to take a while for all of my popular places to get popular again, considering that now they've all dropped down. We have gradually lost a bunch of money, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. The World Traveller Index is apparently climbing a little bit, but not that much. Fuel prices still going down massively. Our passenger number is still going down massively. That was in 1 month apparently. So yeah, we are not doing the best, but we are still, look at that, 127 million in fuel expense. I swear that's going down for me. The aircraft depreciation is still the exact same as it was, but hopefully that will be completely eviscerated in the future when I have replaced a bunch more of my oldest planes. So that'll be the end of this video here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video if you decide to use that one as well. Bye!